Hey, listeners, welcome to It's a Profitable Life. I'm Nicole here on behalf of Cadence Business Academy, and sometimes I'm the co-host of It's a Profitable Life. Maybe you've seen me around. But for this episode, we had a very special guest co-host alongside Ronit that had a conversation that just absolutely stopped me in my tracks. Shout out to Karen Gordon, president of Karen Gordon Hair Loss Solutions, certified trichologist, longtime friend to Ronit Enos and us here at Cadence Business Academy. Thank you so much for sitting down and being our guest co-host and a part of this conversation. But Ronit and Karen sat down with somebody major in our industry, Nick Stenson. You've probably heard of him. You've seen his work on huge stages, major shows with A-list clients. He's been the creative director at the highest levels of our industry, including Matrix and Ulta Beauty. He has literally shaped so much of what our beauty looks like and how we function. But what's most important about Nick and what we were discussing during this conversation is the story of how he became his own brand, not really because he necessarily always planned on that, but just because he felt like he had to. He wanted to be authentically himself. He spent years in corporate America. And he did something that's harder than staying. He built his own company, Nick Stenson Beauty. And in the middle of launching that vision, something major happened in his life that he's going to share with us on this episode that has devastated and continues to devastate so many people in our world. Do you probably have an experience yourself or know somebody that's had this experience? But for him, it was critical, and he talks about it like it's a gift because it forced him to stop and to slow down. It forced him to set very clear boundaries, permanently cutting out people in his life that weren't serving him. Maybe you are familiar with that. Maybe you need to be doing that yourself. And it sounds brutal until you hear why. Because he realized that success doesn't matter if you're not surrounded by people who genuinely want to see you succeed and want to be a part of that with you, a part of the story, and share in that success. So this conversation is about authenticity, about what happens when you finally give yourself permission to be exactly who you are without feeling the need to apologize. It's about a product line that he spent 7 years building because he refused to settle for less. It's about how boundaries are non-negotiable and how one person can be so magnetic, so real that people just want more and more and more from them. And this one's just going to stay with you, listeners. Nick Stenson, let's go.
Authenticity, no matter what industry you're in, if you lead with that, you can't lose. And I've been blessed with a family that is like ingrained that in me, like never lose who you are, where you came from, what it's about, and why you do what you do. And now more than ever, it's interesting leaving corporate America and that whole experience because you have to be a certain person in corporate America because you're leading so many people. But now stripping that away and being just on my own. Even in the class that we did today, I brought in a bar and served cocktails and brought people up and was like, come on, like, no, I want this to be fun. And like, and then at the beginning of that, you're like, am I going to live or die?
Exactly.
You don't know.
Yeah.
And then until you know you're going to be okay. I remember when the doctor told me, I'm going to cure you, but it's going to be the worst 8 months of your life. And I was like, okay, well, you said you're going to cure me. So as long as I know in the end I'm going to be okay, then I'll get through the 8 months.
Nick, Karen, what's up? This has been a great day today,
Very good day.
right? A different type of a day for you, Nick,
Yes.
because you have this list of celebrities that you've been working with. You have a list of shows that you've been on. You created the imagery on this show for how many years?
Oh my God, I was thinking about that earlier. I think it's like year 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's been a while, yeah.
You've worked on that the wow thing.
Yeah.
But here you are. You got your own wow thing going on right now
Yeah.
in the industry. How does it feel to just go from the big life of flashlights and beautiful women and just creating in a big show and all of that, and now you have your own beautiful place? How is it? How did you modify the change?
It's a humbling experience, honestly.
Yeah.
Because it's such a juxtaposition of where my life has been in the last few years to where it is now. Being in big corporate America and big box retail and all that kind of stuff, and then now being CEO of a startup company that I own is so different and so rewarding and so humbling at the same time, because there's so many things every single day. Something new comes up that I didn't think about, I didn't know, I didn't understand, I haven't experienced, I haven't done. So it's like you're learning all over again.
Totally.
So I spent so many years conditioning myself to strengthen the muscles that I have to be the best leader I could be, or the best artist I could be, or whatever that is. And then everything changes when you have your own company.
Is it?
Because you're the founder, you're the visionary, you're the maid, you're the
You're the plumber, you're the plumber, you're the electrician.
You're all of it. And it's good. I will tell you, the last year of my life especially, we'll talk about this more, but leaving corporate America to go run my own company, which is a startup, and then dealing with cancer and all these kinds of things, it has changed everything about who I am.
Okay.
And today, my days are very different. They're very exciting, but they ebb and flow.
How so?
And you learn so much more about yourself. So it's like a reinvention and a rebirth in a way.
Nice to hear that, because I'm actually feeling inspired by that.
Good.
And this could be really, really difficult to go through a year of dealing with cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Has it been a whole year?
8 months.
8 months.
8 months.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that, but you open your new beautiful place. You're also the CEO of a new product line.
Mm-hmm.
When the day you launched it, I was so excited about it.
Thank you.
I just always see you with yours.
Oh, thank you.
You with yours, And what prompted you to just make a shift like that? What was the pivot point?
Yeah. So I've always had a dream of having my own product line. I've been fortunate enough to be creative director for many different brands throughout my career. And so many companies would say to me, this is the new line extension of A, B, and C, and we have 6 new SKUs, and this is the hero product. And I would be like, well, then does that mean that the other 5 aren't so good? We got 1 real good one and 5 that aren't so good? I never understood that philosophy, but all companies do that. And I said, one day I'm going to come out with a brand of hero products.
Okay.
Where I don't need 150 different products to get to the end result. We don't have to overcomplicate the space. And I will tell you, working in corporate America, and especially in the retail side, I would see people coming in and out of, Ulta or JCPenney at the time, wherever I was, and they would be overwhelmed. There's 2 different consumers. There's the beauty enthusiast who knows exactly what they want.
Okay.
They get excited about every launch that comes out, and they feel like they need it all.
Okay.
And then there's the other consumer that comes into an Ulta or JCPenney or Sephora or whoever else, and they walk in and they're like, I'm completely overwhelmed.
Okay.
And that's where the professional comes in.
Okay.
And that's why it's so important to have a professional guide you through your journey. So for me, it was, how can I create a professionally led brand that is accessible to all consumers, but is uncomplicated? 3 steps. What happens in the shower, when you get out of the shower, before you blow dry your hair, and before you walk out the door. That's it. And that's how the brand kind of came to life, the idea of the brand. And then, honestly, it was 7 years of R&D before I brought it to market.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah,
7 years, a long
It's a
time.
long time. I think everybody was telling me, you're crazy, sign off on it. It's good enough. And if somebody tells me it's good enough, then it
But it's your
fuels
name on
me.
it.
But
It's
yeah,
your name
it's my name on the bottle.
Is it?
So I was like, no, it has to be to my level of expectation, or else forget it. I can't put my stamp on it.
But it is an entrepreneurial vision that you have, right? And every day, Nick, there's a new product. As a matter of fact,
course.
every day there's probably 30 new products coming along. This episode is sponsored by Salon Cadence, the only global advisory network helping salon and spa and med spa CEOs scale to 7 and 8 figures without a burnout. This is not a do-it-yourself program. This is do it with you and for you. From profit-first system to team-run leadership. First, we fix the numbers, then we create the wealth, then we focus on CEO mindset, and we build the process with your team to give you the ultimate freedom to become the true CEO and visionary you are. We have helped thousands grow widely successful for freedom-driven companies in beauty, wellness, and regenerative medicine. If you're ready to grow, scale, and live a wealthy life, visit saloncadence.com. Now, one of the most important things that you can invest in and not do it yourself, I highly recommend mysalonbooks.com. Salon owners that are tired of never knowing if you're actually profitable or where your money is going, on what your money is doing for you or against you. The team at My Salon Books takes the stress off your plate. They are specialized in salon booking, providing real-time insight and financial clarity so you can focus on what you do best, running a thriving salon. Here at Salon Cadence, we recommend mysalonbooks.com. It is the only bookkeeping management that utilizes the profit first the right way. So go to mysalonbooks.com to learn more and get free evaluation of your own books. It must not be so easy to launch a brand with your reputation. What makes it be so different, or what are you going to do in order to make sure that it falls in many people's hands?
And I want to tell you, the honest to God truth is I'm still figuring that out.
Okay, I love that
Because
truth.
the answer is like right now I have what I believe is a beautiful brand
Yeah,
that some people know about. And
Yeah.
the good news about it is when they use it, they love it and they rebuy it.
right.
But not enough people know about it.
Yes.
So it's about how do you broaden that and
Yeah.
how do you get enough people to know about it? And the world is so crowded right now. The
Right.
world of beauty is so crowded right now.
Right.
So to cut through is really hard. 30, 40 years ago, it was much easier to cut through in beauty when you had something really good because there wasn't as much competition. Now,
Right.
like you said, everybody's launching something every single day. And then you've got the big companies like Estee Lauder
Yes,
and L'Oreal
yes.
and Henkel and all these
Competing with
companies.
them, yeah.
To compete with them as a little guy
It's-
is
yeah.
almost impossible.
Yeah.
So for me, it's about, listen, stay in your lane, stick with quality.
Yeah.
I wanted something that looked really pretty on a shelf.
Yeah.
But then when they used it, they were in awe at the results that they got with it. And it
Got
was
it.
something for everybody. It wasn't this is for straight hair, this is for fine hair, this is for thick hair. No, it's like, this is an artist collection of tools that can be used on any hair type.
Okay.
And to get to
How many
any
products
risk.
do you have in your line?
12.
12. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, 12.
it's not
So
overwhelming.
it's not overwhelming, it's not overcomplicated. I'm working on adding more products to the portfolio, but it's going to be very specific. I'll never have 150 different SKUs
Yeah,
in the brand.
That's a huge undertaking. I remember Caring or Bay at our salon or Bumble and Bumble. Every 5 minutes they came up with another SKU
Yeah.
and another SKU, and it was overwhelming for me.
Yeah.
To keep it on the line over there. But I
We had
understand.
the same issue, and I won't mention the line, but they were rolling out the products so quickly that we didn't even see the guest that soon.
Yeah.
As hair got longer, they weren't coming in every 4 to 6 weeks anymore. The client cycle was longer. It was actually more 8 to 12 weeks.
Right.
And they hadn't even seen the products that we just got in, and they're introducing new ones.
A new one.
They never even got a chance for those.
Yeah.
They were just overwhelmed with products on their shelf that were impossible
Yeah.
to move.
It's
And
true.
I understand the theory behind it,
Yeah,
I understand, so it's like worship. But I agree with you. It's how do you cut through the noise to get it out there?
How do you?
Well, I've listened to a really great marketer in the market. It says if you're not at the sales level that you know you could be, it's about you're not noisy enough. You just need to be more on your content, and content is everything. Content
Yeah.
is everything, and just be there. But
Again and again and
and
again.
again and again and again, and connect with TikTok.
Yeah.
TikTok is where it's at. What other platform and channels that are out there that are the one who making the most noise? That's what you need to go. That's
You
kind of
mentioned
like
that you wear so many hats starting up this new company. Like, what's your favorite hat and what's your least favorite hat?
I love that question.
Oh. My favorite hat is innovation. Like I love sitting at the table with the chemists and geeking out about like what's next.
Yeah.
And why it's going to be important to the consumer. Like that's my favorite part. And then I would say second to that would be the image of that product coming to life and its positioning in the marketplace. What don't I like? Marketing is changing at the speed of light.
Yes.
It's the speed of light.
Yeah.
And what worked last week doesn't work this week.
Yeah.
So
Agree.
it's so
So true.
It's so expensive
Yes.
and it's so time consuming,
Yes.
and then things fall flat and then you got to try it again and again and again. And you said it, it's repetition.
Yeah.
It just, you have
Consistency.
to just, it's like a beast and you have to feed the beast,
Yeah.
you know? And
Find a hero story.
yeah, that part is frustrating to me. I also, believe it or not, I don't love social media.
Yeah.
So like having to be on social media so
Yeah.
much,
It's hard.
it's exhausting.
It's exhausting.
It's a requirement and it's something
It
you
is.
don't love.
No.
So you've got to do
Yeah,
it.
It's
you gotta do it,
exhausting.
though.
We know that.
It's a non-negotiable. Or
And you
won't win.
always have to find the hook, and always have to find what's speaking. But when I think about Nick, and Karen and I discussed this about an hour ago, there's something about Nick brand that speaks to your heart.
Oh, that makes me happy to hear.
True. You know, if you know Ronit, you know she just speaks Ronit.
you.
And so there's something so that magnetic, and you just want more of you.
Oh,
Well, I think you're very humble and very creative, put together, and I think it's very appealing to people in the industry. Yeah, so you
That means a lot to
occupy
me.
a beautiful space in it.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you both. That really means a lot to me because authenticity, no matter what industry you're in, if you lead with that, you can't lose. And I've been blessed with a family that is like ingrained that in me, like never lose who you are, where you came from, what it's about, and why you do what you do. And now more than ever, it's interesting leaving corporate America
Yeah.
and that whole experience because you know you have to be a certain person
Yeah.
in corporate America because you're leading so many people. But now stripping that away and being just on my own. You know, even in the class that we did today, you know, I brought in a bar and served cocktails and brought people up and was like, come on, like, no, I want this to be fun. And like,
Yeah.
if I'm having fun, I want you to have fun.
Yeah.
And if you have fun, you're going to trust the process a little bit more and trust maybe my product a little bit more. And I'm only wanting to do that from a place of authenticity. And now I feel like I could be 100% authentic. I don't have to be, okay, well, what does corporate America want from me? You know what I mean? I could be like, no, this is what I want to give.
Yeah.
I think that will help you meet with success, you know, starting
so.
not as a large part of corporate America, but as your own brand. I think that authenticity will help catapult you forward. I really do.
Good. I hope so. Thank you.
Now, going to the cost of doing business, you have dealt with a big C this year.
Yeah.
How does that interrupt with your daily, or did it?
You know what? I've learned that in life, you have to be very strategic with your business and your personal life.
Okay.
And my whole life changed. I would say about 5-6 years ago when I realized that my personal time has to be a strategy as well.
Yeah.
Because the busier you get, you guys
You
know
mean the
this.
boundaries? You mean
Well,
boundaries?
boundaries.
Okay.
That's another thing. That's a whole nother part of the
Okay.
conversation. But being busy
Yeah.
and being successful, and you guys are both that, like when that happens, something suffers.
Uh-huh.
Your personal life, your love life, your friendships, your family, something suffers. It just
Yeah.
happens. But the more scheduled you get, the more organized you get with
Yeah.
both.
Yeah.
So just like I have meetings all day long on my calendar,
Yeah.
I had to put dinners with my friends and dinners with my partner and dinners with my family and all those things on my calendar to make sure that I kept that end of the bargain up. And I didn't always do that
Okay.
very well.
Yeah.
So fast forward, now you go through cancer, right? And it knocks you completely on your ass.
Yeah.
And it
The
humbles
treatments.
you.
The treatments.
But the word does.
The
Before
word,
you even
yeah,
get to the treatments.
yeah.
The word does.
So true.
The word does, and the experience does, because you know it's always it's never going to happen to me, and then it happens to you, and then and then in
Scary.
the beginning of that, you're like, am I going to live or die?
Exactly.
You don't know,
Yeah.
and then till you know you're going to be okay. You know, I remember when the doctor told me, I'm going to cure you, but it's going to be the worst 8 months of your life, and I was like, okay, well, you said you're going to cure me, so as long as I know in the end I'm going to be okay, then I'll get through the 8
Yeah.
months. That 8 months has actually been a gift in a lot of ways because, yes, was it hard and terrible and all the things that goes with chemotherapy 100%, but it also allowed me a lot of time to reflect, to spend time with the people that are most important to me. I'll give you an example. I had to go for treatment every other week for 7 to 8 hours every time, and I took somebody extremely special to me each time, different,
That's beautiful.
and I had that time with them all day. And actually Tracy's sitting right there and she was one of them, and I got to spend that time with them and I got to just talk and just be. And when's the last time you've had 6, 7, 8 hours to spend with someone you love? Like, it just doesn't happen, you know? So like
Not today.
that, it doesn't. So that was really important to me.
Yeah.
And then who shows up was really important to me. And I'll tell you the other thing that was really important to me. I said this earlier to somebody else.
With this podcast or our show, it's Living a Profitable Life show. We're going to bring you so many great guests and lessons and teaching. So it's really is wonderful to have our partners, sponsors that helping us make this possible for everyone. But it is you who are going to make us better. So I'm asking you to always comment and let me know, how was this episode? Was it helpful? What else would you like to learn? What else would you like to see? It's predicted within the next few years, this industry, this beautiful beauty industry around the world is going to be growing by 8 to 10% incremental. That means opportunities to grow, to develop, to anything you want to be in this world. The thing is, the more you subscribe and share it with your friend, the more I can make this podcast be the best place for you. Any subject that you find is necessary, let us know. So please subscribe and help us get to at least 1,000 downloads. Once we get there, we'll celebrate.
I also, and we'll go to boundaries now, I also told some people, thank you for caring, but you no longer have access to me.
How hard?
And it was really hard to do, but you know what? When you're
What do you
going
mean, permanently?
permanently, because when you realize when you're going through this, that it's so critical that the people around you are the best of the best.
Yeah.
To the core.
Yeah.
That they have your best intention to the core.
Yeah.
And we all have people in our life that we love, but maybe they're not the right people in our lives.
Yes.
And we still keep them
You
around.
gotta let
because
them go, and you gotta let them go.
Especially
right?
Yeah.
And especially at a time like that. And I had to tell a handful of people, like, thank you. You'll see my updates on social media like everybody else, but the access to me day to day, it's no longer a thing.
Yeah.
Because this is about me now. It's not
Yeah.
about you.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put me first, and I'm gonna put the people around me, like the true people who've been there for the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between.
Yes.
Those are who I'm gonna invest in
Yeah.
now. And I'm not gonna waste my time on the people that
Oh, it's so true.
I feel I needed to keep around.
And I love.
We
We talked about it so many times, Karen, you and I. It's the people who are with you and want to be with you, and for good, for bad, and the ugly.
Were you at all surprised at the outpouring of love?
Yeah.
Oh, it was overwhelming.
It's,
When I tell
it
you,
really is, isn't it? 'Cause
when
I saw the outpouring. I love you. I saw the outpouring of love for you.
Oh my
and
God.
I thought, I wonder how that must feel like to the magnitude of it. It's like, yeah, I know I have a lot of followers and people who really like me, but the outpouring of love was incredible.
no, it was.
Humbling.
I'm speechless over it. That's how
Yeah.
much it was. When I tell you, I've always known like I've had an amazing network and an amazing support system. But there was a point at one time when I was like, I have like 300 phone calls to return that I can't even get to.
Yeah.
You know, let alone the text messages and the messages on social media and things like that. And it took me forever. And then it turned into the people who said, I'm going through it too.
Yeah.
But they don't have the network.
Yes.
That's where I turned. That's where I was like, okay, so now I'm going to spend the time laying in bed talking to them.
Wow.
And it was a lot of like DMs and messages. And listen, I was lucky, you guys. I knew I was going to make it through it
Yeah.
after surgery and after they figured out exactly what it was. I knew I was going to make it through it. So I had a little bit more strength. But you know how many people I was talking to on the other end of the social media that their prognosis wasn't as
Wasn't
good.
good.
And I had to sit there and try and be some sort of a comfort in their life because
Yeah.
what do you say? What do you do? And all you could do is share your own
Experience,
experiences
yeah.
or your own network with
Right.
them. But I found myself for hours just
Just be there.
responding to people
Yeah.
and just sharing what I was going through or, you know, my fears. Somebody said to me, like, everything you show, it's like you're unscathed by it. And I said, unscathed? I said, I've spent more time crying in the last few months than I ever have in my whole life. I said, but I also took a firm stance in this whole process. I told the story earlier, and it's kind of funny. The doctors were like, oh, you know, you're going to go through chemo, and that's going to be a long day, and then you're going to be sleeping probably the next 2 to 3 days, and then you'll start to build back up, and we're going to give you all these steroids, and then you're going to be fine the next week, all this kind of stuff. And I was like, okay, so I'm going to be basically at home a lot. I need like comfy clothes. I don't have a lot of comfy clothes. Like,
I'm a
you know me long
designer.
enough.
Yeah.
You know me long enough. I'm like, so I got to get like warm
You
up
need to
out.
have the sweats from Target.
Exactly. So I go out and buy all these sweats. I never wore them.
Oh, that's fun.
The funniest thing.
What do you mean?
But I know you got good sweats. I know you.